Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, I'm Nurul Izzah, and in today's video, I'm gonna make a video about motivation. So let's get started. Have you wondered as to why does your father or mother go to work every day? Why do you study for long hours? Why do you like to play with your friends? And why does your mother stay up the whole night and care for you when you're feeling unwell? Why do we do the things we do? Each of these questions has an answer, as there is a reason or motive behind each type of activities. Working, studying, playing, and caring are some important activities which are considered purposeful. Motives, wants, needs, interests, and desires help explain our movement towards the chosen goals. A need or motive directs us to act or behave in a particular way towards a certain goal. Thus, you study for long hours to achieve good results, and your mother looks after you because of the affection and concern she has for you as her child. So, what is motivation? What is motivation? Motivation describes the wants or needs that direct behavior toward a goal. Motivation is a person's ability to find the energy to achieve a chosen goal. Motivation is one of the major factors that determines whether a person will perform a task well. Generally speaking, motivation arises as a consequence of a person's desire to 1. Fulfill unmet needs, or 2. Resolve conflicting thoughts that produce anxiety or an unpleasant experience. Motivation plays an important role in directing human behavior, and there are several characteristics of motivation. First, it pushes us to reach the goals we have set for ourselves. In order to reach our goals, we need to be aroused or feel active. Too little arousal will make us feel dull and relaxed, whereas too much arousal may make us withdraw from our goal. Hence, we must be motivated to maintain a balanced or optimum level of arousal. Second, people are motivated to behave in certain ways because of the pleasing or pleasant properties of external stimuli, such as money, good grades, food, which motivate the person to act in a purposeful or focused manner. And third, motivation is the result of the person's thoughts and expectations. There are many ways in which we describe and categorize human needs. Certain needs are fundamental to our existence, like the need for food and water. When we are hungry, we are energized to satisfy that need by securing and ingesting food. Our other needs operate in a similar manner. When a need is unfulfilled, we are motivated to engage in behaviors that will satisfy it. The same is true for situations in which we experience conflicting thoughts. When we find ourselves in situations inconsistent with our beliefs, values, or expectations, we endeavor to eliminate the inconsistency. We either change the situation or we change our perception of it. In addition to biological motives, there are two types of motivation. First, intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is a desire to do something for the sake of doing it. For example, when you're reading a book because you find it interesting. The second one is extrinsic motivation. When you're completing a task to receive a reward or avoid punishment, it's called extrinsic motivation. Example, when you're reading a book because you don't want to fail the exam. So, intrinsically motivated behaviors are performed because there is a sense of personal satisfaction that they bring, while extrinsically motivated behaviors are performed in order to receive something from others. Now, think about why you are currently in college. Are you here because you enjoy the learning process and want to pursue an education to make yourself a more well rounded individual? If so, then you're intrinsically motivated. However, if you are here to get a college degree, to make yourself more marketable for a high paying career, or to satisfy your parents' demands, then your motivation is more extrinsic in nature. Components of motivation. There are three main components in motivation, namely the needs, the boosters, and the goals. Needs occur when the individual feels there is an imbalance between what he has and what he expects. Maslow divided needs into 5 levels, namely physiological needs, safety needs, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Physiological needs. These are the basic needs of air, water, food, clothing, and shelter. In other words, physiological needs are the needs for basic amenities of life. Safety needs. Safety needs include physical and emotional safety and protection. For instance, job security, financial security, protection from animals, family security, health security, etc. 3. Social needs. Social needs include the need for love, affection, care, belongingness, and friendship. 4. Esteem needs. There are two types of esteem needs, which is internal esteem needs like self-respect, confidence, competence, achievement, and freedom, and external esteem needs like recognition, power, status, attention, and admiration. The last one is self-actualization need. These include the urge to become what you are capable of becoming or what you have the potential to become. It includes the need for growth and self-contentment. The self-actualization needs are never fully satiable. As an individual grows psychologically, opportunities keep cropping up to continue growing. However, as life goes on, people gain wisdom or knowledge of how to handle situations. Thus, they move up the ladder or hierarchy. A person may move up and down the hierarchy depending upon the situation he or she finds themselves in. This hierarchy may not hold true for different cultures. It has been found that in countries like Sweden and Norway, quality of life is very important and social needs are more sought after than self-actualization. In some cultures, security needs are more dominant than self-actualization, making job security more important than job satisfaction. Why is motivation so important? Benefits of motivation. Finding ways to increase motivation is crucial because it allows us to change behavior, develop competencies, be creative, set goals, grow interests, make plans, develop talents, and boost engagement. The benefits of motivation are visible in how we live our lives. As we're constantly responding to change in our environment, we need motivation to take corrective action in the face of fluctuating circumstances. Motivation is a vital resource that allows us to adapt, function productively, and maintain well being in the face of a constantly changing stream of opportunities and threats. There are many health benefits of increased motivation. Motivation as a psychological state is linked to our physiology. When our motivation is depleted, our functioning and well being suffer. Some studies show that when we feel helpless in exerting control, for example, we tend to give up quickly when we challenge it. Others have proven that when we find ourselves coerced, we lose access to our inner motivational resources. Why is motivation so important for learning success? Why is motivation so important for learning success? Because it's the key to persistence and to learning that lasts. The challenge is to help each person clarify his or her important purposes and then to find or create the combination of educational experiences that lead to those desired outcomes. Motivation is what moves us. It's the reason we do anything at all. For teachers, a lack of motivation has long been one of the most frustrating obstacles to student learning. A motivated teacher is important in creating a successful learning environment. They will look at different lenses and, in doing so, motivate their students in learning too. Motivation helps to energize, direct, and sustain positive behavior over a long period of time. It involves working towards goals and tailoring activities to achieving this purpose. It also helps to drive creativity and curiosity, sparking desire needed for students to want to learn more. First and foremost, motivation is an orientation towards learning. Therefore, it impacts how likely a student is either to give up or push forward. The deeper the motivation for pursuing an activity, the more likely that the student will not accept easy answers to complex questions. In short, intrinsic motivation fosters strong and flexible critical thinking skills. On the other hand, motivation and purely extrinsic motivation lead to low interest and academic persistence. However, there are actually many different forms of extrinsic motivation, and not all are equally likely to lead students down a path of apathy and dissociation from the joy of learning. For example, one extrinsically motivated student may work hard in school because they fear failure and the anger of their parents. Another may study hard because they see the value of the content in helping them work toward their dream of becoming a doctor. Neither student in these examples is intrinsically motivated. Their goals lie outside the simple enjoyment of the activity. However, the second student is likely to be more independent and self-guided in their learning because they recognize the value of these extrinsic rewards. This form of motivation is much more sustainable because it does not require constant threats or prizes from teachers or parents. There is also some research that extrinsic motivation can lead into intrinsic motivation, in the sense that students may embark on a task for reasons associated with extrinsic motivation but become intrinsically motivated through the process of engaging with the task and learning to value it. How do we cultivate motivation? First, practice growth mindset. Students who feel like they will improve through hard work will exert more effort than those who believe that their success is based on intelligence. If a student says, "I can do that," suggest that you can do that yet. Making a conscious effort to provide wait time also removes the pressure of needing to be the first to find the answer. Finally, by keeping the emphasis on progress rather than scores, growth mindset pushes students to continually challenge themselves and reflect on their improvement. Even small improvements and successes can help to spur a student's motivation. Normalize the struggle. Students may give up because they falsely believe that if they were going to succeed, it would be easy. Teachers can disentangle this misconception by providing examples of failures that well-known individuals overcame along their journey towards success. And now, for you guys who's still in college or high school, I have 10 tricks to stay motivated. First, start with the easiest task. The second one is divide your task into small sections. The third one is spread out your study periods. Use the entire semester to study by reviewing your notes every week. And then study when you have the most energy. Also, don't forget to set a goal every time you study. You can make a review page for an entire chapter before you take a break. And then write down what you have accomplished. You can make a to-do list and check off the tasks you have completed. And then you can also use your imagination. Make a dull topic interesting by being creative. Study game or memory cards can also help you study. Also, don't forget to create a support network for yourself. Don't forget to surround yourself with people that encourage you to stay focused and positive and help you stay on track. And then always reevaluate your goals. Revise your goals if you get off track and begin to feel less motivated. And the last one is reward yourself. After you have accomplished a task, reward yourself. You can give yourself a break or a treat. Conclusion. Understanding motivation gives us many valuable insights into human nature. It explains why we set goals, why we strive for achievement and power, why we have desires for psychological or biological things, and why we experience emotions like fear, anger, and compassion. And then the last one, and I feel like this is the most important one, is that motivation can reflect something unique about each one of us. It also allows us to gain valued outcomes like improved performance, enhanced well-being, personal growth, and a sense of purpose. In conclusion, motivation is a pathway to change our way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.